Ministry Mix. Does it involve strategies for undermining Republic morale? Or is it merely a distraction from honing your combat skills? Do not expect me to waste time on frivolous entertainment.
Welcome to the Ministry Mix podcast, where we're bringing you real conversations for the souls and strategies of ministry leaders.
Loot Llama!
I'm Phil Gifford, and I'm joined by my co-host already, Richard Pope.
Bush Camper.
Whether you're a seasoned pastor or ministry leader or just stepping into leadership for the first time, we're here to share stories, insights, and practical Fortnite tips.
Shockwave!
To help you lead strategically while caring for your soul. In each episode, we'll dive into topics that matter for your mission, your calling, and your personal growth.
Premium chest, blue glow.
So, Richard, here's the deal. The number one negative feedback I get from our podcast is that there's too much Fortnite.
And our number one response is let's do a
whole Fortnite episode. That's right. Forget you guys.
Yeah, if you don't like the Fortnite talk, then you're a loser. Bye-bye.
And this episode is definitely not for you.
And you can just unsubscribe.
So, church growth, podcast growth the right way.
Yeah.
Here's what people don't like. Let's dig in.
I mean, how many people have said that?
Like 3.
Okay, who are these 3 people?
People that don't play Fortnite.
Are they actually upset about it? Did they not listen because of it?
They still listen.
Okay, well,
so we're doing a whole Fortnite episode, but here is the premise of this episode. Before you tune us out,
yeah,
all you cranky, like no fun people,
Loot Llama,
we're going to talk
Shockwave.
about leadership lessons from ministry that we've learned
Nitro Fists
from playing Fortnite together. This may or may not get published. We'll see.
It's gonna get published.
It's gonna get published.
I'm gonna be good now.
What has playing Fortnite taught us about ministry leadership?
Yeah.
And I'll say this, like, Fortnite is a fun game.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily, like, we're not obsessed and weird. Like, I would say that we probably play together 3 to 4 times a week, maybe 4 to 5. What would you say? More than that now?
6 to 7.
No, we don't play every day. We play most days.
5 to 6?
5 to 6.
To 7.
Yeah, maybe.
There's weeks.
There definitely are weeks.
There's also days where we play twice.
That's true.
One day.
So last night, Richard was waking up early to come over here. We were playing, just the two of us were playing last night, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, I got a long day of podcasting. I need to go to bed at 11. So we finished playing. And you can always continue to play one more. So like, just one more. We can't end on that one.
You do it too, though.
That's true. Last night, though, when did you go to bed after playing?
Too late.
Too late. You want to admit to our podcast listeners?
3 a.m.
When Peyton texts you and David starts checking on you, are you okay? Yeah. It's time to go to bed.
I got a sweaty win. I started screaming.
So here are all the bots or people that are too tired to be playing Fortnite are on it.
A win's a win, baby.
So here are some leadership lessons that even if you don't play Fortnite, here are some leadership lessons that'll help you lead in your ministry and kind of see some value. And I really hope this is something to think about broadly. Anything you do can teach you how to lead better.
Yeah.
So here's our first lesson. Don't go out alone. Pushing by yourself leaves you dead.
Yeah.
So like we'll explain really quickly what that means in Fortnite and then what that means for ministry. So Richard and I are both aggressive players.
Yes.
Richard more so than me.
Sometimes.
Yes, most of the time.
Yeah. Unless Brad's playing and then you don't care.
So we're going to have dinner with Brad later on.
We are.
So there is a temptation to go chase the kills, chase the eliminations, and so you can end pushing,
get the wins.
Yeah, you want to up your statistics. You want to get your kill ratio up. So you tend to push. Like when you hear fight, we go for it.
Yeah, and your friends are like 400 meters behind you, and you're just charging in.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes that works out well if they're not real players.
Or it works out well if you're just really sweaty.
Or it works out poorly because they're really sweaty.
Yeah. Listen, I don't care how sweaty you are. When there's 4 equally sweaty people,
you're dead.
Yeah, you're done. I think a good thought from this to just connect to ministry is, man, there's going to be seasons and moments where you're going to have a great idea and it's going to be a good idea. And you should do the idea. But in a rush, you'll do it by yourself.
Yeah.
And it'll be under-resourced, there won't be a lot of vision shared, and you're going to go out there, you're going to pour time and energy and sometimes money into it, and it's going to fail because you didn't actually get help. Yeah,
I just think that there's a tendency in ministry to do things alone.
Yeah.
And that tends up being costly. So like, you find yourself by yourself with no backup. Like, who are the people in your life that you need near you So the way you're not out there alone by yourself, taking fire. So definitely, I think that to me, because 9 out of 10 times in a game like that, you end up in trouble. Like, and that's my favorite part is when Richard's like, "Oh, I need some help," and I'm like, "I'm half the map away from you right now." I think the key lesson that I take away from that is when you lead, you want to keep people close to you. And you want to keep people around you that can help you when you need help.
Absolutely.
Like when you need help, people shouldn't be 400 meters away, or proverbially, they shouldn't be like, don't go looking for friends when crisis hits. So you want them near you.
Right.
So yeah, well, if you're doing ministry leadership alone, it'll leave you vulnerable.
Yeah.
So I think that's an important lesson from Fortnite, but also from ministry leaders.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the next one ties in well. Communication matters. I love what we said here. Winning teams talk. So, our church, when we started it, was me and my wife. And then it was me and my wife and a few deacons. And then it was me and a few deacons, my wife being one of those deacons, and a pastor. And now it's me, 8 other pastors. I think we have 17 deacons and 2 pastoral interns, and then 2 support staff employees. Some of those are staff, some of those are not. The reason I say that is this. It doesn't matter how skilled, how gifted, how big, how small your team is. If you're not talking, you're not winning. Mm-hmm. And the reason I say is Phil and I like playing squads a lot. So it'll be the 4 of us, guys from his church, guys from my church.
Yeah, we have a whole group
chat. Yeah. And man, like Phil and I both have a tendency to rush in. What I found is, there's going to be some people that you will just run with. Well, Phil and I play similarly enough that we will literally
do the same.
Yeah, and we even find that in our podcast. Like we'll be planning episodes, and be like, "Oh, that's a great idea. I saw it." Sometimes it even feels like we're saying the same thing to each other. But there's people on our teams who play differently. And even in your ministries, there's going to be people who lead differently, function differently, work differently. I love that test, Working Genius. Mm-hmm. Figure out how people work and be complementary. There's a guy who we play with, Brad from Connecting Church, Phil's church, who he is like not super good in a fight, especially if it's a sweaty fight, but he is steady and always like he is just an escape master and always has heals. So for guys like me and Phil, I've realized he purposely will stay back from a fight in case we get too hurt just to get us out of there. Yeah. And that's like when you're with your team, when you're doing ministry, like, man, know the gifts and skills of the people. It doesn't matter that I have like 30 leaders in my church now. If we're not talking, if we're not functioning together, if we're not communicating, we're going to lose either way.
Right. Well, and we used to play, like I used to play random squads, like random Phil squads.
So bad.
And I learned some interesting things with those open mics. But when you don't have a mic open, your team has such a disadvantage because one person could be in trouble and you just don't know it.
Right.
Or one person could be heading this direction or that direction. And for me, with our team, I feel like the more I tell them where we're going, what we're doing, what's the win, what are you actually feeling? Like the more we listen and talk, the more that we're likely to win games. So finding ways to communicate. Actually, one of the best things we did, this is super. You would not think that it took us a year to discover this, or like 6 years into our church plant. But like I took one of the best things we did in my church is I made a group text thread with all of our ministry leaders. Like just made a 10-person, 15-person group text. And that way it doesn't take me much to send a quick text message out to say, hey, here are the things we're thinking about. Pray for this person. Think about this. Like
we do that too.
And I don't know why it took me until 2 years ago.
I think I told you to do it.
Maybe.
Okay,
it's not like it's that revelation of like it's not that revolutionary of an idea to have a group text, right? Like this is 2025. Like it should not be a thing. But man, the communication, just being able to quickly drop in prayer, drop in ideas, drop in. A couple Sundays ago, we had. We knew we were going to have a big Sunday. We had a guest speaker coming in who had invited a bunch of friends, and we knew we were going to have our biggest. We just assumed he told us that he was expecting between 35 and 50 people to visit for him as a kind of, because he was moving. Like there was a lot of factors to it. So I just sent a quick group thread out or just text out to her. I said, hey, I expect this Sunday to be a lot of first time visitors and just a lot of things. So here are think about the logistics for your ministry area. Kids check in. What do we need to do to make sure that we have somebody dedicated to take new kids in? chair setup team, how many more, like we need to make sure we set up logistically. So then now everyone is in the loop. It's not just me that knows this information, but now the whole team knows this information and we can act together.
Right.
So yeah, when we talk, I would go as far as to say, as far as Fortnite goes, I don't like to play with people that don't communicate.
Yeah. Sometimes I just don't talk on the mic because I know that. And I think it bothers you.
Oh, is that why you don't?
Yeah.
That's cool. So,
you're mad now.
No, I'm not. I was getting a phone call. I was trying to decide if I need to take it or not while we're recording this podcast.
No.
Maybe. So, here's the other thing. The third thing. The game is always changing.
Yeah.
You adapt or you lose.
So Fortnite operates in seasons, and chapters and seasons actually. And every I don't know, what is it? 3 months ish. They change the weapons, change the stuff. Some of them are drastic. There was a season that was all about cars and cars had guns and it was crazy. And then the next season it's Marvel and you can fly around as Iron Man and throw Captain America's shield. In ministry, there's going to be seasons that you really love and seasons you don't love. I think the trick is learning how to be faithful in every season.
Well, and a culture that's changing too.
Right. There's seasons of Fortnite, for example, that I'm I hate this season. Typically by the middle of the season, I'm this is good. I
thought about that the other day because this is as soon as they drop changes into Fortnite, my instinct is I hate this season. When the car season came out and everyone's just driving around cars and you're just doing all this fighting and all of a sudden you just run over and you're done.
Yeah.
I was I came upstairs and I'm Pam, I think I'm done playing Fortnite this season.
Yeah.
And then started playing a little more okay, I can get behind this. So I hate the change at first sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes I love it, but most of the times I'm I don't like this. I don't know how this works. I don't know the new rhythm. But when you learn to adapt, you can begin to be successful in the game again.
Yeah.
And I just think that of all these things, honestly, that's the one that I think is most likely to impact our ministry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when I played in my church, it was 2017, pre-COVID. It was kind of post cool church planting, in the early 2000s when it was kind of a new thing. But it was still kind of before COVID. But now, not only has our community, the church world changed post COVID, but our community changed during COVID. During COVID, a lot of our community moved. Their houses are now rentals instead of people, the homeowner, they moved and bought houses. So we had this massive shift and that was frustrating because we had done a ton of ministry to the people that lived here and COVID shook it all up.
Yeah.
I adapt or I close my church.
Right.
And so you got to learn to play the game. I use the word game like ministry, but you got to learn you got to adapt to the world you're in, not the world you want. Of course, in Fortnite, they just started what do they call that? The OG, whatever.
I think it's Fortnite OG.
For people that didn't like the new stuff, they're just I'll just go back to the original.
I don't like it.
There are, but man, isn't there churches that would like that? Which just want to go back to 1952 or whatever. So learning to adapt.
Right.
Let's, you want to pivot to the next one?
I do. Yeah. So the next one is this. The next thing you can learn is take time to have fun. To be honest, Fortnite's a game. So if I'm not having fun, I'm not playing.
Right.
Ministry is not a game. And sometimes it is not fun.
Right.
But I think being intentional to have fun. So one of the things that, I don't know if it was, I think it was someone from your church we were playing with. I had the Jedi Force powers and I kept just throwing him across the map for fun.
Was that? Oh yeah, that was his first and last time playing Fortnite?
Was it really?
I think so.
Good.
Thanks for that, Richard.
Well, he couldn't keep up, so he should be done. I'm kidding. I take it seriously.
Yeah, you do. No, you.
So do you.
You would rather lose a game, and that's the thing is, I would rather lose a game sometimes and be dumb than play seriously.
Sometimes
we lock in.
Yeah. I think that we would have double the wins if we actually locked in more.
Probably who wants to? It's a game.
Last night I was running for liver of a car while he was trying to get into a car. Just stuff like that. Man, in ministry, slow down every once in a while. Have fun with your team. Dude, you want to do what's great? So we're about to do this thing because we have a growing kids ministry. And we never really built a healthy kids ministry culture for our volunteers because we had so few. Now that's changing pretty rapidly. So we're throwing a cereal party this September. We're just going to get 30 boxes of different cereals and a crap ton of milk and just have a party for the kids volunteers. And literally it's going to be hey, this is a meeting. You got to be here if your kids volunteer. And then David, our kids pastor, is going to be by the way, the meeting is this. Have fun. Get to know someone you don't know who serves here. We love you. Thank you. And we're going to give them all a small gift card and thank them. take time to have fun in ministry. Like, find ways to enjoy yourself.
Well, and I'll even go this way. Having fun will keep you from quitting. And that's just in ministry, but I can't tell you how many times that you've said, I think I'm done with this game. Like
2 days ago.
2 days. Well, okay. Well, we'll go back a couple times ago. Like, you were like, I'm kind of getting bored. And then we downloaded that marching band emote that we could do over people.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, it was a super obnoxious, like, way to troll people. But like, it was a super obnoxious way to, like, once you beat somebody, to dance over them. Yeah. And you literally said, this game is fun again.
Yeah,
because like it's just goofy. Yeah, and then you kind of like were like, I think I'm done with this Fortnite season, and then they dropped in the AI Darth Vader.
That changed it, bro.
It's like, so like you can interact with Darth Vader like in your mic chat.
Yeah,
you can ask Darth Vader questions like, "What's your favorite Star Wars movie?" or like, and he like kind of trolls you the entire time of the game. Yeah, but it made it fun.
We actually can't say some of the things he says on this podcast.
He's sort of sassy and
kind of inappropriate,
and borderline inappropriate.
They've had to pull him back like 10 times. They've unleashed terror into the universe.
Yes, Darth Vader's gonna like come out of that game sometime and take over the universe. But I think that is such a, what we do is serious. In ministry, any ministry leader, what we do, it's souls matter. Like, it's a kingdom work. But if you're not having fun, there's a danger there. Celebrate with your team. What do you say? Cereal party, that sort of stuff. But like,
just fun things.
Like, be fun.
Go play kickball with your leaders.
Go play. Yeah.
It sounds stupid, but like, go play kickball.
The other thing, like, during the summer when we first started planting, we would bring in like 12 mission teams a year. Yeah. Our summer. And like, we'd stack them. Some would come in the evening and work with us. Some would come in the morning. Like, it was crazy. And part of that was funding. Like, people that were funding us wanted to send mission teams. And so we're like, let's go. But we had an intern. Her name was Maggie, and she was like a 20-something person that come every summer. We'd hire her to help, just to provide logistic support and extra muscle. And man, we had so much fun because we would just laugh about the crazy things. When you're doing ministry in the community, crazy things happen. Yeah. And like, you can laugh about it or you can cry about it. And so like, we just have fun. And so I think Fortnite, it's more fun when you have fun. Here's the last one though, is Fortnite is better in community, and so is leading ministry. Yeah. So Fortnite, let's talk about that first.
Man,
you wouldn't play Fortnite if it wasn't for your friends.
I play Fortnite maybe an hour a month by myself. Last night was a spectacle. Like, it was weird. Like, I don't know. I think it's because I started winning, and I was just like, I'm going to keep playing. Like, I was hype off of it, and I was like, got tired, and I was fighting sleep and whatever. But I do think, easy transition to ministry. Pastors need pastors. Mm-hmm. Friends need friends. People need people. Men need men. Women need women. Like, however you want to phrase that. Volunteers need volunteers. So, like, I think that when you are doing it by yourself, when you're a lone wolf, two things: you burn out faster, and there's no one there to celebrate you when you win. One of the things I love about Fortnite, it doesn't matter how like goofy we're being. If someone gets a nasty kill, everyone's like, dude, that's awesome. We all like dance on the person's dead body.
With our marching band emote.
Right. When you play by yourself, no one cheers for you when you win. I think it's the same in ministry. When you play by yourself, no one cheers for you when you win. No one revives you when you're down. Right? Like, not to over spiritualize Fortnite.
No one's supporting you when you pushed, like we talked about.
When we play Fortnite, if you play solos, just how the game works for those of you who don't play, if you get shot.
If they don't play, they're probably not listening still.
I bet you they are. We're so good, bro.
Yeah, of course.
If you get shot and you're playing solos, you're done. Yeah. If you get shot and you're playing duos, you fall to the ground and you can get revved. And if they don't rev you in time, they can reboot you, like just restart you.
You're not done.
I think that's true in ministry. I think that when you play by yourself, if you get shot, man, no one's there to help you. And if you win, no one's there to celebrate you. And I think there's this deep need inside all of us to be loved and cared for and lifted up when we fall, but also to have someone else lift our hands when we win. And I think that in ministry and in Fortnite, you need a duo. You need your Phil Gifford.
You need your Phil Gifford and Brad Porter. It's funny though, because you and I play differently based on who's in our group.
100%.
But I will say, like, I don't mind playing by myself some, but
when a new season drops, I do to like figure it out. Yeah, if I'm not embarrassed in front of you.
But we've talked about this in plenty of other episodes, so I don't want to like get deep into it. But like, some of our best ministry ideas have come up through conversations on Fortnite. Like last night, we were talking about growth barriers. And I think we're having like a pretty fruitful conversation about steps to take to move forward in our churches. So like we are having some good conversations in community. There's been times you've been discouraged. I've been discouraged. And if we were playing by ourselves, we wouldn't have that opportunity to flesh that out, talk that through, or just be there with each other. So, that's why we have a group text of all our Fortnite friends that play, because it's like, who's getting on? What time are we getting on tonight? Does anybody have time? Like, so that way one of us typically always have somebody to play with and to be in community with. I love what you said. We want to celebrate wins together. We want to be there in losses together. Nobody likes to end on a loss though.
Yeah. No.
So with that said, any other final thoughts on Fortnite and ministry leadership lessons? Did I miss any of them in our little show notes?
I'm actually thinking right now. I think Fortnite and real life are better with llamas.
Okay.
That's it. I'm not saying anything else now.
Well, here, I'm going to give you put your headphone back on. Here's my rapid. I just had like 3 new thoughts. Number 1, you should take time to heal before you press forward. Right?
Yeah.
In Fortnite, when you go through a big fight, typically you end up dead.
Typically.
Before you chase the next person,
right.
You should probably take some time to revive your own health.
That's good.
That's a bonus lesson.
That's good.
Look, I had another idea, but that's okay. We can be done.
My microphone.
Maybe we should. I know you're watching your microphone like lay on the table.
Come here, buddy.
So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this Fortnite special episode. So, hey, thank you for sharing your feedback on our podcast about not liking Fortnite conversations. So that way we can produce these full episodes for you that talk about Fortnite and ministry leadership. But I do think if we have our eyes to learn, we can learn a lot about leadership from different and weird places. So, hey, if you want to play Fortnite with us, we would probably love to have you on our squad. So connect with us on social media.
Yeah, and hey, something we're going to be doing is we're actually working on a Facebook group that we already started. We want to create a space for pastors and ministry leaders to just share and be loved on. But one of the things that we're going to be planning is a Fortnite day where we just play Fortnite with random ministry leaders. So if you want to hang out with us and play Fortnite with us, comment that and let us know.
We'll be there for it. Hey, if you found this conversation helpful,
we're doing that now, Phil.
You may or may not.
I just came up with that.
Thanks for letting me know about that.
You love it.
Teams that communicate win together, right?
So you want to be on our team?
Hey, if this has been a helpful episode to you, make sure you leave us a review. Share with some friends that maybe like Fight Night or hate Fortnite. Thanks for being a part of things. Follow us on social media. All the things we've already said. Thanks for listening. Until next time, keep leading and caring for your soul.
I fail to see how this Richard Pope directly threatens the empire. In what campaigns has this Richard Pope distinguished himself? Does he wield a lightsaber or merely a strongly worded opinion? Welcome to the Ministry Mix podcast, you say. This Ministry Mix offers wisdom beyond mere sonic distractions.